Duck Amuck is a delightful animation. This is a 1953 Warner Brothers cartoon directed by Chuck Jones, and we have Mel Blanc as Daffy Duck. And Daffy Duck is walking along quite happily, and then all of a sudden he walks into white space, and his background has disappeared, and he turns to the artist, looking down what would be the camera, and asks where on earth his background has gone. And we get to see this pencil drawing in these different backgrounds, giving Daffy these different costumes, and Daffy reacting accordingly. And quite often he is quite annoyed by what is going on, and the animator is definitely playing with him and giving him these weird scenarios. Sometimes we can hear sound effects, but the background is still white, so we have to try and work out what the background is going to be. And it's really playing with animation and the different kinds of scenarios you can take one character. And that's one of the great things about animation. I can't draw, I can't animate, I can't illustrate, but I love the fact that you can do literally whatever you want. And that is the case with Daffy Duck. The animator in this is putting him into all kinds of situations and just having what looks like really good fun with the character. And we get to see this one character wearing different kinds of clothing, in different kinds of backgrounds. And of course we get to see Daffy Duck losing his temper quite a bit. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was beautifully animated. The narrative of Daffy being fine in his background and then suddenly being in a white space and having to actually directly address the animator to be like, yo, what are you doing? I thought was brilliant. It's not the first time this has been done. Obviously there are various animated characters that interact with their animators, but I think it's a lot of fun and the quality of the animation is splendid. If you're a fan of animation, I think this is something you will get a lot out of. It is so far my favourite Daffy Duck cartoon. As I mentioned, I think in a recent Daffy Duck review, I can't for the life of me remember which one it was, but I think I mentioned that I'm quite new to Daffy Duck. I grew up watching Looney Tunes and Merrie Melodies, but I never really was emotionally invested in them the way I was with Disney characters. So I don't really remember a lot of Daffy Duck. So I'm just starting to explore his characters a bit more and working out he has a temperament very similar to Donald Duck's. Maybe it's a duck thing. But for me, this is one of the few Daffy Duck cartoons that I've seen of recent. But nevertheless, it is one of my favourites. I found it to be an absolute delight.